Have you ever asked yourself of what defamation is? Well, today we ponder into it. Defamation is the publishing of unlawful or unverified information, whether spoken or written, that lowers the dignity of an individual. Well, there are two variants of defamation: libel and slander. Slander is the spoken defamation, while libel is the written defamation. So, the media plays a critical role in the dissemination of information. But what happens if they got all this wrong? If they post or publish unverified information? Today we take a case of Nzibo versus the Nation Media, which happened in 2019 rather.
Now, in 2019, the Nation Media Group in its paper The Daily Nation published an article that Yusuf Zibo was ousted out of his position as a Supreme Council of Kenya Muslims chairman due to graft misconduct. They alleged that they sourced information from Asupki minutes leading to the conclusion that he was corrupt. This did not land softly for Yusuf Zibo. But why? Zibo was once a commissioner in the IBC, an ambassador, and an executive in the KRA, which equates that he did not just have a local influence but also an international appearance. He considered this as a ruin of his reputation being a public official and a respected citizen. He filed a lawsuit against the Nation Media Group. After the hearing, the court ruled that the Nation Media Group relied on unverified information and sensationalized the story as graft misconduct, which wasn't the actual finding as per the minute. They were in turn slapped with a fine of 11 million shillings in total damages.
Mine is to say that there are a lot of issues happening today. If you look at the world we are living in, there's a lot of information that is being published by practicing journalists and some from freelancers and other social media users. So that portends a lot of, it has presented a lot of challenges in terms of getting to verify this information has been a big challenge, particularly for those of us from this part of the world, because I don't want to say we are not well equipped, but we are still trying to navigate ways and means through which we can get to verify the information. But to come back to your issue of defamation, there are a lot of incidences we've seen in the past where people publish stories. First of all, what is defamation? Defamation is whereby, as a journalist, whether knowing or unknowingly, you publish information which may end up injuring or damaging the reputation of an individual or an organization before or in the minds of right-thinking citizens. So, and you are what you call a libel and slander. Libels whereby, of course, that is writing, but slander is whereby you utter it verbally. So that is defamation. It has those two components. So basically, we need to be very careful. Those of us who are using social media tools, we need to be careful so that when you are publishing, yes, there is the need to tell a story, but not at the expense of the reputation of an organization or an individual's reputation, because the laws of this country are very clear. I mean, they are firm on that. And it is sometimes good to also admit the same mistakes. So by retracting what you're basically doing, you are admitting that perhaps there are some steps that you missed, or there are some statements which you did not verify. So it is always good to own up and to retract. It is not a sign of guilt. So thank you.
So, what does this teach us as media practitioners? Information is imperative to verification. The Nation Media Group was found to use unreliable and unverified information from an insider, not a professional reporter. Secondly, lawsuits are expensive. The Nation Media Group was given a penalty of 11 million Kenyan shillings. Although they appealed later, they were given a stay of execution order but a mandatory pay of 40% of the court ruling, which was still a substantial amount. Public interest is a limited defense. Why do I say so? The defense of qualified privilege is contingent upon adhering to responsible journalism. which include fairness and balance. Not to forget, the right to dignity balances media freedom, freedom of expression of Article 35 of the Kenyan Constitution, and the right to human dignity and good reputation of Article 28 underscores the need of this. So, henceforth, as media practitioners, let's be responsible and verify all our data. That's all for today, and goodbye.